Hi, Mike. This is Richard down here at Gaslamp Village Media. Just a quick web development proposal. What we have here is we're going to review the content of what we have for you, and then it allows us to structure the rest of the conversation next week. We do look forward to your reply, as your comments and everything from here are going to help us make any changes before we meet next, and to make sure we can review it on our end so that we're very well prepared for when you come in. So, as we see here, we have a quick little thank you from Dave to the left, and we go right into looking at your problems as being a MacDev financial agent. And the reason that you want a website is so that you can be in control of what you have in front of you, and you can give them the information and resources that you want them to share. Because, as we mentioned, mindset, information, and the education and the knowledge, there's something that's got to come, and they're also part of your qualifying process. So that's very important to you, and we want to uphold that. So our solution to that is definitely to give you the right platform. We want to add the right amount of automation, and then we also are looking to what the skills and the tools that we can add to your website. They're going to help knock it out of the park and take it to the next level. So as we keep on going down here, we got content is king. Now, Mike, you've already been submitting us some content already, and we've been doing some planning as well, although we haven't signed a deal. So we're very much this content development, site planning stage. We're not quite solidified on that yet, but we're very close to hashing that out and getting started. Our next phase after that is the installation, configuration of the build. There's this time, in that time there's not so much conversation between you and I, or you and the developers. It's pretty much they got to put their nose down and start actually working for a change. As we move on to the content addition and the honing, this is when because we've already had your content for a little while, we're able to get a good feel for who you are, and we're also being able to have that content a little bit earlier before we need it, allows us to make any changes, or if we need to utilize a content strategist to take it to the next level. As we move on, the optimization, testing, and development, the very last part of your website, and it also helps to be very hands-on involved. There's a lot of small questions that have to be answered to make sure we get the right feel and the right look for your website, and at that time, that's when that will happen. As we move into the content of your website, we found that there's approximately 7 static pages. There'll be an About Me, a services, an education, and resources. There could be in that another 3 pages, which could be your client types, separating them from your new, your troubled, or your third quarter, all specifically targeting them with information or mindset changes or anything that you deem relevant in those 3 types. As we identified those as your client avatars. So your About Me, your credentials, your mission and value statement, all talking about the business, and then we'd like to see your bio talk about you, your family, your volunteer work, what makes you strive. So that's a little morsel of knowledge that is not really locked away, but they really got to find that, and that helps not put it so much out there, keep a good distance between who you are and who the business is, but show that they're very much the same person. Now, our services here, these will be defined by you, and we're working on those with you. The education being in your process, the links that you would like your clients to look at, and then the resources that you're going to use, whether it's video or just reading and just regular text. A quick note about content to the right. As we go down here, self-editable content. The reason why we build our websites the way we do is so that we can help future-proof them for our clients. This helps with many, many different things. So the self-editable content, if you can publish a Facebook post, you're more than qualified to run one of our websites. And for that, we use Statamic. It's a great engine. It's easy to use, and it's easy to follow along for someone where it does not require any coding for the back end. So that's one of the reasons why we go with this style of website. Now, as we continue with the dynamic content, the stuff that's going to change, be replicated, or it's going to add over time, we've got your blog, a podcast, and testimonials. These are by far three of the easiest ways to contact your clients, either through the blog and you're writing about it, the podcasting and they can listen to you, or the testimonials where they're looking for the social proof of others that you've helped. Our additional components. So as you noticed, we talked about pages first, and these are a few of the small tools that we feel take your website to the next level. The Juicer on-site social media feed helps plug in your social media feed to the front page of your website, keeping your clients engaged. The Pure Chat virtual assistant allows your clients to engage with you and for that transcript to be emailed to your email as a way to track all of your leads. So that is very important. And we also believe that when you have those leads, that you require an email campaign to put them in. So we'd like to help you create your initial sales funnel via an email campaign. We use MailChimp. And what we always strive our customers to do, the future of websites have changed. They're now very visual and they're very photography focused. We prefer that professional photos are taken as a way to really protect the value and the style of your website by creating a high quality, high professional photography. This helps with the entire layout and the feel of your website. Now, that's the beginning. Now we're going to talk about some of the tools that we have that take your website to the next level, that give you the boost and help you remain congruent and in front of your clients the first time. The first, we tend to use a graphic design, and we have a deal with unlimited design revisions. So we keep this stream open. We do 3 months for most projects. And what this does, it allows us to cultivate all of your pictures, posts, a whole bunch of different things, keep them congruent. And then we also have them on file. And we use them in our social media ads for you. So what we do is we promote your business through these on-point graphic designs that we created. We use Needle's artificial intelligence as a way of posting this content. It helps with the automation, and it is by far one of the most cost-effective strategies to increase your reach and new prospects. We tend to use a content strategist. We take your words, we submit them to a content strategist, and at that point, he will write us an 1,890 word blog. And what this does is allows us lots of sales written copy that is very brand focused and congruent, and we can take parts of it or words of it and we can use it throughout your website. He has a lot of things in mind that he does when he writes his content, and as you can see there just below, the search engine optimization, that is his focus. His focus is to help you be found easier online through one consistent article that we start our project with. As we move on, the final big key piece in who you are and your website is your brand. Now, we tend to use tag concepts in Medicine Hat. However, we're not sure if you'd like to use them, but this is how we build our deals. We build with the intention that we're going to help you with the website and with your branding. As you look before, just like I was mentioning above, the content strategist, we got 11 things around the circle here that our content strategist takes into account and helps guide him when he writes articles for us. And then just to the right, a little bit more about it. We do talk a little bit about our project suspension policy, our templates, and a why blog. Well, from here, this is information that we'll cover later, but you are free to read. And at this moment, I'd like to thank you very much, Mike, for sitting through this. And we look forward to any comments and replies that you have. And we look forward to meeting again with you Tuesday of next week so that we can sit down and hash out the scope of the project so that we can return with an actual web development proposal where we can sit down and go forward. So from there, I'd like to say thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.